let's run the floor through last night's NBA action in a bizarre series where no home team has won a game so far. The Mavs beat the Clippers 105-100 in LA behind Luka Doncic, who was spectacular, 42 points, 14 assists. Dallas up 3-2. Elsewhere, Utah, Donovan Mitchell had 30, leading the Jazz to a Game 5 series clincher over the Grizzlies, 126-110. Jazz now await the winner of that series between the Clips and the Mavs. No JWill Embiid, no problem last night for the Sixers. They close out their series against Washington, 129-112. Seth Curry did have a playoff high 30. Ben Simmons had a triple-double. To put that away, the Sixers will play Atlanta in the next round. Last night, Trae Young took a bow at Madison Square Garden as the Hawks eliminated the Knicks. Young had 36 points, including 18 in the decisive fourth quarter. And so Trae Young with the bow to the MSG fans at the finish, and here's Jay Williams, KJZ, every day on ESPN Radio, appropriately attired. We'll get to that, but let's start with him. As we watch Trae Young here, what did this series do for him? Are we watching the beginning of the NBA's next Steph Curry?
Funny that you say that. 2017, I was calling a game of his in college. In the first half, he had 21 points. And I said, hey, I'm not saying he is, but this is another iteration of Stephen Curry. His whole game is built off guys like Steph, guys like Steve Nash, with the way they play the game. And this is who Trae Young has always been. We just got a chance to see him on a national stage. One of the most prolific shooters there is in the game of basketball. And the way he can score, I mean, he could take over games in a heartbeat. He proved it throughout this entire series against the Knicks.
And what about what he showed? Again, as a lifelong fan of the Knicks, there was something painful about it for me. But his not only willingness, but his desire to go in there and be the villain at Madison Square Garden, be the villain on that stage, I think tells you something about his personality and his makeup.
Trae is an entertainer. Like, when you want to go to, I'll tell you, Stephen Curry's the best ticket in basketball. But if you want to go see another great game, that's a ticket that I would go down and I would see him play. Like, I don't say that, Greeny. Like, I would go to Brooklyn, I would see Kyrie, I would see KD, I would probably see Russ, I would see Bradley Beal. But if I go to Atlanta, I'm going to a game to see Trae Young and his impact on the game of basketball.
He put on a show, no question. All right, we'll see. He goes on to the next round. Meanwhile, can the Lakers go on to the next round? Look at the crystal ball. You got that? Let's use the basketball as a crystal ball. Lakers, Suns, critical game 6 tonight. Who wins?
I have the Lakers winner. And I'll say this, and I know multiple people said this yesterday, but I need LeBron James to not make the right plays. And I know people at home, what do you mean by that, Jay? He always makes the right play. LeBron James needs to be uber aggressive tonight, Greeny. Like, LeBron James needs to come out and have 25-plus shots. He needs to get 10-plus assists. He needs to be aggressive in all facets and manner. And also, Dennis Schroeder, I know he turned down that extension for $80+ million. You can't have a donut tonight. You can't have a donut tonight. Not tonight. And AD, I'm not going to be one of these guys sit up here and call AD soft. I hate people that do that. He's playing through injury, but you hope that your player, if he's able to go, will be on the court and go. And last thing I will say, why isn't Montrezl Harrell playing? He averages 23 minutes throughout the course of the regular season. He's only been averaging 10 in these playoffs against the Phoenix Suns. He needs to be on the court. He needs to be the aggressive Montrezl Harrell we saw with the Clippers, and he could be the one factor that can actually negate DeAndre Ayton down low and gives him versatility on the wing to switch when they're involved in pick and rolls.
Yeah, sixth man of the year a year ago and sort of a no-show here. Okay. And
well, he has to play in order to be a show-up.
Of course. We would be remiss if we did not ask you about the jacket and the man who made it famous. Mike Krzyzewski has had a lot of great players at Duke. You were one of the all-time greats, and I know how much he means to you. So with this news yesterday, just give you the floor. What should we say today about this legend behind us?
I just have nothing but appreciation. I mean, look, all the accolades speak for themselves. Right? The 5 national championships, the winningest coach of all time, the countless Final Fours, the countless ACC tournament and regular season championships. But this guy changes lives. And I know we say that about coaches, but the culture that he's been able to build there is so important. And here's why I think Jon Scheyer is the answer. Since the first day I met Jon Scheyer, I've always called him a young Brad Stevens, right? Because he's able to think the game. He's a basketball savant. But what this does is, and you don't think John Calipari does this, when John wants to recruit a kid, he's like, okay, well, follow Devin Booker. Ask Devin Booker about me. Follow Anthony Davis on social media. Ask AD about me. Ask John Wall about what we build here. Now Jon Scheyer, who we talked yesterday, has that same feeling. Okay, call Jason Tatum. Ask Jason Tatum about me. Call Jabari Parker. Ask Zion Williamson about me. Ask Kyrie Irving about what kind of culture we built here. And that lineage, even though he's, 33 years old, I think really sets up for the future where Duke needs to go.
All right, again, this is the man who made Duke basketball what it is today. One more season, and then Coach K calling it quits. JWill back across the hall. KJZ, weekday mornings on ESPN Radio. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, Greeny.
And I should mention, Coach K will be talking about his retirement for the first time this morning, 11:30 a.m. Eastern. First Take will carry that press conference live, so you'll be able to watch it right here on ESPN. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.